So you want to know what happened in the ninth session? Well, no you don't, but on with the story. We continue through the woods. A wild lyric appears. Into the darkness, a wild wolf appears. We follow the wolf. He leads us to a spooky area. There's some spooky chanting. Lyric talks to the wolf. The wolf suddenly leaps away, Korvath rages, the chanting stops, and a whirlwind forms on top of us. We get sent flying. A wild air elemental appears. Lumi blasts it, Korvath whacks it whacks Korvath, and then it zooms away. Tweety gets possessed by some weird magic. Tweety Storm attacks Aralista. Aralista retaliates, killing the Tweety Storm. Aralista curls into a ball. Lyric rides the wolf. Lily slaps Aralista. Scrapey mocks Aralista on his way to the building, while Wolfie is now possessed and attacks Lyric. Lumi freezes the wolf to stop it moving, and then the possession comes undone. Korvath chases after the elemental. It zooms away and blasts Zuzu, almost killing him. And Aralista remains in a ball. Zuzu turns invisible and runs away, and Lyric frees the wolf to help. Weird vines appear. Lily heals Aralista and rejoins the battle. Scrapey finds a jar, Lyric rides the wolf again, and Korvath shouts to Aralista. The elemental knocks Lily unconscious, then zooms away, and Aralista gets back into the fight. The hidden enemy appears and attacks the wolf. Scrapey fails to find a lid, and a bear appears from the woods and hides next to Zuzu. Lumi attacks the new enemy while Korvath finishes it off, and then Zuzu blasts the elemental. It's finally looking damage. Lyric heals Lily, and Scrapey finally finds the lid and puts it onto the jar. The elemental disappears. Zuzu and Lily inspect the jar. Lumi loots the corpse and gets a magic fan. Lily transforms into a bear and talks to her bear friend. Korvath hugs Aralista, and Scrapey apologizes to Aralista. The ground appears to be running to normal, and Korvath hugs the bears, and the wolf explains how the dryad turned evil. The wolf is actually a furwelg, and Lyric apologizes for riding him. He was also Lily's other bear friend. Lyric collects Tweety's ashes, and a weird sprite appears. The sprite collects Tweety's soul into a coin. Lily and Aralista hug it out, and that's everything that happened. And now usually I'd end the video there, but I've always planned that any player character that died should have their final moments shown in full. And since Tweety was such a beloved character, I'm including them in that. So this is how it actually happened.
So everybody can really, from behind, hear, so where Tweety is, you can hear Tweety sort of making noises and kind of cawing. So you turn to have a look to see what's happening, and Tweety, this kind of magical vortex that happened in front of you before to sort of send this stuff flying, is like surrounding Tweety. But rather than seeming to like do damage or hurt it, it seems like this mist around it is turning black and getting thicker, and it starts sort of spreading, and it seems to be kind of making copies of Tweety. So the more it kind of spreads, the more it sort of comes. And so behind where Tweety was, you all see, is it picked that one up? Yes, it has, that's fine. So where Tweety was has now turned into a swarm of ravens. So now there's about 10 to 12 of these ravens all kind of circling and flying around. You can see there's like Tweety in the middle, and then the rest of them are still flying around Tweety. It's like got Tweety like enclosed within the swarm.
Oh.
Is my speak with animals still going?
Yes.
Can I hear what Tweety is like screaming?
You can just Tweety's just kind of screaming, doesn't really know what's going on, and is like calling out for help, but it doesn't seem to be taking any damage. Like he's not in pain and isn't being hurt, but he's confused as to what's happening and isn't in control of what's going on currently.
Okay.
You can just hear him sort of saying help, and then it starts like moving on its own, and you can just hear his like panicked screams as he's just like, "Oh, stop!" And it is going to fly straight down to Aralista. And it gets one of those. That's a 23 to hit, which does 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, these like swarm of ravens start flying down towards you. They walk in, and like all of them individually, as they sort of spin around, all of them, you can feel them all sort of peck at you at once.
Nice.
As it comes down, and it flies in, does that, but it then does.
Wait! I have a reaction spell.
Do it.
Oh,
Nice.
Hellish Rebuke!
Yes!
You're gonna kill Tweety!
Finally!
Rebuke to the head.
I'm gonna do it at second level.
Oof.
okay. How's it work? Remind me.
Oh, no.
They have to make a dex save and beat 15. Or I do
Dex
that.
save and beat.
And they take half on a success, so
Yeah.
I
Okay.
still.
It was a 7,
Oh,
so it was
no.
7, so it's a fail.
Yes, they're
Oh my
gonna
god.
die.
Roast pigeon.
They're gonna die.
It's not a good laugh. Oh god.
29 damage.
Jesus
Death.
Christ.
Death.
That's a big roll.
29 damage. This swarm of ravens, as it spins and pecks at you, it then tries to sort of fly away, but obviously your hellish rebuke as it kind of moves. 29 points of damage. How does it work? You just sort of point your finger at it, don't you? And then it's like, bang, bang. Or
Yeah.
is that
You
Stevie's
point
one?
your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames.
Nice.
Take a dexterity saving throw, which it did. Takes the fire damage or half as much on a save. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it flies away. You point your fingers at it. This like flame encompasses the whole thing, and as it is spinning and flying around with all the ravens, the fire is like encompassing it, and it sort of turns into its own kind of like fireball as it's like flying in the air.
Cool.
So the fire gets caught up in the mist. It sort of flies around, and then you can kind of see like damage. So they wouldn't be making noise, but Lyric, as you've got speak to animals, you can hear. You can hear Tweety go from being confused to scared to panicked to hurting to in pain to just silence.
You
And
killed
then this-
Tweety.
Wait,
no,
I killed the people
And
attacking
then
me. Was
this
No,
it
no,
ball-
it was a swarm of birds with Tweety in the middle.
Yeah, you've killed Tweety, man.
Oh no. Oh no.
and then this flying sort of fireball starts to dissipate and sort of vanish, and where the fireball was is now just completely empty. There's nothing there at all.
Nothing there?
Nothing there at all. Just like some ash that kind of falls to the floor as the fire dissipates.
Lily screams in druidic.
Oh god.
Yes, they're
Oh my
gonna
god.
die.
Roast